My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Today is February 4th, 2023. It is 1:33 a.m. I've been going through Twitter for like an hour and a half just searching for some tweets to share with you. I wish that I did not like editing because I was going through it. I was having a good time, but I try not to read all of them thoroughly. So when I'm recording, I have something to say. So yeah, I got carried away and I've wasted a lot of time already. And I have a lot. There's a possibility I might have 2 or 3 videos on just tonight. Okay, so let's go into it. Oh, I saw a tweet regarding Dr. Shola. They're trying to do some sort of a petition. They're calling her racist and all of that. I didn't put it on the list, but it was kind of weird coming across it. And this is the video that I have. All right, so let's go on Twitter. All right, so let's get started. That's from, what is that? MH Media Charter. Scrutiny the way mental health is reported in media, charter compile and collab with whatever. Okay, thanks to all who got in touch with us about the mail and express pieces about Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex mental health. Here is the response to our letter to Sane. Okay, I guess it stands for something. We've tried to tag as many of you as possible, but do feel free to share. All right, she tagged these people. Adam Fair, 1996. Who's that? Trying to model my way through life. Okay. And who's that? Open-minded, mental health campaigner and trainer. Okay, let's read this. Dear Mental Health Media Charter, thank you for getting in touch. Before you make any assumption based on the distorted and misreported article in the Daily Mail and repeated the Daily Mail Express and referenced by iNews Online, you should know the truth of what was said on the podcast. In the Difficult Woman podcast, Rachel Johnson interviews women who have had prominent career featuring the difficulties they have experienced in their lives. It was not about the Duchess of Sussex or mental health. I did not hear that particular podcast they're making reference to. Hopefully I come across it. Okay, at one point in the interview, Ms. Johnson asks, quote, can I ask you, we're all processing, to use a vague phrase, the Netflix series on Meghan and Harry, in which Meghan talks about suicide and her suicidal ideation. Do you think that was advisable? Okay, so, okay. All right, it is clear Miss Wallace, not Wallace, as in your email, makes no response. She never has or will ever ask about someone whom she did not know or who had not given her their permission to speak publicly. Okay, later in the edited interview, Miss Wallace, referring to some of the difficulties in her own life, explicitly stated, quote, this is nothing to do with the Netflix series. I don't like victimhood and I've never played it myself in my life. At least I hope I've never played it. I have had terrible times with the children, with my life, with divorce, but I don't really think that playing the victim card helps whatever you are a victim of. And I don't really always respect people who make victimhood as a career. So first, okay, this is my opinion here. First, she make reference, this has nothing to do with Netflix or anything like that. But in some shape or form, her response is somewhat related to the Netflix. Okay? This is what I think. Yeah. Okay, let's finish with her quote. That's not my sort of a stoic philosophy. I think you've got to find ways of living with whatever disability, disadvantage you have. Okay, did I come across a tweet regarding that from previous videos? Okay, this sounds familiar to me. Maybe I did hear it before. Okay, the screenshots continue. Later in the edited interview, Miss Wallace, referring to some of the difficulties in her own life, explicitly states, quote, "This is nothing to do with the Netflix series. I don't like victimhood, and I've never played it myself in my life. I mean, at least I hope I've never played it. I have had terrible times with the children." Is that the same thing repeating? "But I don't really think that playing the victim card helps, whatever you're victim of, and I don't really always respect people who make victimhood as a career." I don't know if this person is a professional on the mental aspect. This should not even come out of her mouth. How does she know? And then to make reference at the beginning, this has nothing to Netflix, but we know the narrative. The Daily Mail and all those other people who don't like Meghan keep on making that reference. So by excluding that at first, okay, to make people believe this is not about Meghan, but yet this is exactly about Meghan. This is what I think. And also as someone and a professional, if she is, I don't know, okay, to say, I don't really always respect people who make victimhood as a career. How do you know that? How do you know someone is a victim and then they're making a career out of us, whatever it may be? How do you know? Okay, so which means you have come across certain people like that. Okay, but that's my opinion here. And the thing continue. That's not my sort of historic philosophy. I think you've got to find ways of living with whatever disability, disadvantage you have. Yes, you have to find ways, but you don't have to stay within that system of, not system, I would say, let's say you cannot walk, okay, you have a missing limb. Just because you have a missing limb, that doesn't mean you have to sit in one place. You could find crutches, you could find prosthetic legs or whatever. So you should not, this needs to be explained a little bit more. So I'm a bit confused here. Okay, Miss Wallace is clearly talking about her own life, but yet here she's saying, I don't really always respect people who make victimhood as a career. But how do you know people making career out of being a victim? There's some people, for instance, let's say for instance, Virginia Giuffre, she experienced her trauma of being trafficked, okay? And she got money for writing a book to write her experience. So whoever in that particular similar situation maybe could find something out of it to get themselves out of it. Okay, is that saying that she's making a career out of being a victim of sex trafficking? Oh my God. Miss Wallace is clearly talking about her own life and makes no reference to suicidal thoughts or the Duchess of Sussex whatsoever. But she mentioned the Netflix at first. Okay, her comments were based on her extensive experience as a campaigner for disadvantaged. So, okay, experience as a campaigner, but yet here I don't really always respect people. So some of the people she deal with, she doesn't respect them. Okay, disabled people and those who have suffered injustice, such as the thalidomiders, I don't know, I think I pronounced it wrong, who did not want to be defined and labeled as victim. In the gossip column of the Daily Mail, the earlier question about Miss Markle was falsely linked to Miss Wallace's later reflection. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Okay, we hope this clarified the situation for you. Believing distorted interpretation can only stoke hatred and division and do a disservice to the people we want to help. I hope you agree that we should all be united in fighting to improve the lives of people with mental ill health. Regard on behalf of the Saint. I don't know this. I don't know if it makes any clarification, but okay. So I just read it and I insert my opinion as I read. So the next tweet that I come across, I'm not gonna read it again. But let's see what some people. There's an audio. Let's see here. The interview wasn't edited. They are lying. Okay, 1 minute and 19 seconds. I'll stop in between.
Can I ask? I mean, we're all processing, to use a Vogue phrase, the Netflix series on Meghan and Harry, in which Meghan talks about suicide and her suicidal ideation. Do you think that was advisable?
I don't like to condemn anyone. I mean, I tell you what I don't really like, and this is nothing to do with the Netflix series, is that I don't like victimhood, and I've never played it myself in my life. I mean,
you don't like victimhood, but in my humble opinion, her situation is to help people who have been victimized, isn't it? If I get it correctly, if this is her position. So your personal opinion on not liking someone should be out the window completely. Your service should be open-minded and listen to whichever person who comes to your door, and then make reasonable assessment based on your education. I don't know. That's just me. Again, I'm not in the business, so I never take any classes for mental health or whatever. I'm just giving my humble opinion. But let's continue.
at least I hope I've never played it. I mean, yes, you can have terrible... I have had terrible, terrible times, and with the children, with my life, with my divorce, with all kinds of terrible things. But I don't really think that playing the victim card helps, whatever you're a victim of. And
I don't like to play the victim card, whatever the victim of. Wow. This, as I listen to her, it even sounds worse to me. Is she a psychologist? But okay.
I don't really always respect people who take victimhood as a career. I think that's not my sort of stoic philosophy. I think you've got to find ways of living with whatever disability, disadvantage.
Okay, if she is a psychologist, and let's say someone has an issue and they go to her, isn't her supposed to be there to help that particular person to not be stuck in whatever state of mind that person is? Okay, like I said, I'm not a psychologist. I cannot give advice, but that's my perception of things. But okay.
You have, and everyone has it, whether they're privileged or whether they're poor.
My mother.
Okay, let me read some more. Oh, there's more. Is that the same thing? Okay, there's no comment here. Okay, this response is clearly a lie. We all listen to Marjorie Wallace's comments. The word victimhood must never uttered by a CEO of a mental health charity. Oh, so she is the CEO. Okay.
I mean, all I could say is, and I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Her blatant lies has made the matter even worse. That's what I think. I don't know. If she's there to help people, a CEO of mental health, I don't know. Anybody, for some reason, I think Brits should not be in the business of helping people in the mental aspect, in the mental department. No. This sounds even worse. Okay, not sure that Charity Sane is being honest, as from the clip. Marjorie Wallace's response about victimhood was after being asked about Meghan Markle's discussion, her suicidal ideation on the Netflix series. Okay, exactly. Unacceptable. Where are her letters to the editors giving her role with Charity Sane, asking for retraction and correction? What was meant by victim card? That's what I'm saying here. Victim card and victimhood as a career. These are the key things that I got from that as well. She's a danger and harming people with mental illness. Time for Charity Commission to investigate. I don't know, but it seems like whenever Meghan Markle isn't in the conversation, everybody forget exactly why the position they are in, why they're there. Because their true character come out. What a weak defense. First, your patron did link her comment to Meghan by prefacing them with a total unnecessary disclaimer as lead into her shameful comment. She intended that people make the connection, and it's a shame the length you're going to, and her defense. Yeah, the minute they say about the Netflix, Meghan's name has been part of the conversation, you know she's trying to make her personal feeling about it. Okay, the gaslighting at the end about believing distorted media instead of taking up issues with a with the media for the distortion makes the bogus explanation laughable. What is that here? It's quite interesting that the black royal talking about her mental health makes King Charles' friend Marjorie Wallace want to talk about people playing the victim, but she retweeted the white royal talking about the importance of conversation about mental health. Tell us you're racist without telling us you're racist. Oh, so she retweeted that? I don't know. These people are just... So she's a friend of the royal family or Charles or whatever. These people, I don't know. You know, I was gonna go into these comments.
Can I ask?
You know, let's read one or two of these. What some people are saying. Okay, that woman and Rachel Johnson should be ashamed of themselves. Okay, they have no shame because they are part of the establishment. Yeah, I don't know. The UK is completely off. Okay, there's the thing here. Let me move to the next one. And I think it's related to that as well. Let's see what other people are saying. Daily Felt is accusing Jeremy Corbyn supporters, the squad, and journalists of accusing Lady Susan Hussey of being a racist. At Archewell baby, okay, Archewell baby, completely something, not the same thing as Archewell, is an honorable mention in their garbage article. Clown. Okay, this was the one that I thought, and I thought it was old news. Okay, let's see here. This is in Spanish. You could, oops, let's get out of this. Let's go into this. This is in Spanish. They retweeted it. Okay, but let's read these. Okay, an investigation by the Daily Mail. By the Mail, okay, by the Mail. An investigation by the Mail into the tweet supporting Miss Fulani revealed how an impromptu alliance of anti-royal forces appeared to gather in order to exploit the controversy. There appeared to have been a concerted effort to throw fuel on the fire by a network of accounts run by socialist and labor-leaning users, including backers of the far-left former leader Jeremy Corbyn. A second significant network consisted of a group of accounts actively engaged in conversation about royal controversies and all overwhelmingly supported of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who themselves have proved staunch critics of the royals. Between them, these networks included 9 accounts with more than 100,000 followers and 129 accounts with more than 10,000 followers apiece. That's but anyway, that means a potential audience of millions if the accounts all chose to pursue the same story. The squad, we are authentic, okay, but the others, they can't get people to follow them, that many followers. That's one thing I get from this. Okay, let's continue. Okay, at 8:20 a.m., less than an hour after Fulani first highlighted her experience, a certain Prince Alex, who often referred to his or her admiration for the Sussexes, introduced the hashtag racist royal family to the growing online maelstrom. The account Archewell Baby joined in, attacking on Lady Susan, also using the racist royal family hashtag. Archewell, of course, is the name of charitable... Wait a second. Archewell, wasn't the thing say Archewell Baby? Archewell Baby. So anybody could create any account saying Archewell Baby, Archewell Mine, Archewell Kids, Archewell whatever. Okay? But keep that in mind. Alright, so they remove the baby out of it, but they keep Archewell. Okay, Archewell, of course, is the name of the charitable foundation set up by Harry and Meghan, named after their son Archie. As social media grew ever more frenzied, senior palace officials were in turmoil over the introduction of the racist tag. I think I started reading it and then I was like, is this old? Why are they bringing this with the Lady Susan and all of this? But let's continue. They were still dealing with the repercussion of Meghan's claim in her infamous 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview that an unnamed member of the royal family had voiced concern about how dark Archie's skin might be when he was born. Okay, does this, one might wonder, suggest some kind of link between the Sussexes and Sister Space? I think this is it. That got me thinking if this is all. The pressure on Lady Susan, affectionately nicknamed #1 head girl by royal insiders, intensified when Elliot Higgins, the founder of investigative journalism website Bellingcat picked up on Fulani posts. He was 280,000 followers, as his audience included major media outlet, journalists, and MPs. The one-sided version of the Hussey conversation was now gaining significant traction. By 10:53 a.m., there had been 2,893 direct mentions on Twitter, including tweets, retweets, quote tweets, and replies. And 1 minute later, at 10:54 a.m., the first mainstream media story broke on commercial radio. Within an hour, 500 articles had been published in regional, national, and international digital titles. That's the power of the squad. Let's see here. We did it, Joe. Okay, let's see here. On investigation, Jonathan Wathermer's Daily Fair. Can somebody explain to the Fair how viral tweet work? Organic viral tweet. Funny, the Fair doesn't have a problem with the Kensington Palace paying bots and creating hate hashtag about the Sussexes. Yeah, that's what I got. Because they keep on mentioning the amount of followers this person has and all of that, and how fast things have been going viral. So this is what happened when people are passionate about something, and we have our followers, taking, share and retweet and talk about it. Okay, there's me. Oh, she said, how old is this article? Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see they're talking about now. There's me again, like an hour ago. When was this? All the comments and posts are recent. Yeah. All right, that's in another language. Okay, they're also full of it. Taking a page from Buzzy report on hate account. I didn't think about that. Yeah, but the thing is truthful though regarding the Fulani thing. And then as soon as that thing started taking steam on social media, the sister space thing, okay, the hate that they went on her page, I didn't even share it because it was too much. Okay, investigation conducted by the Daily Mail. Really? Okay, this is really a poorly written. Okay, our power is unquestioned. That's what I think too. All right, there's that. The squad are laughing. Let's go to the next one. And I see here I put mental health. What is this about? I think I spent too much time on that. It's almost half an hour on this. Okay, the palace hate us. They stumble across those tattered carpet, going from one rat-infested room to another, cursing the squad's name and existence. There's the laugh. They can go to their grave mad. There's that. Okay, she retweeted that. That's the thing I just read. Okay, so it was different from the very first tweet that I read. Okay, so this is different. These two tweets are different. All right, let's go to the next one. The squad are talking. Well, next tweet. There's this here. Why did I bookmark this? Because last time, I think on my last video, I was talking about Mel B. There was a video about her. They were asking her question, and at the beginning I didn't have any issues with it. Then later, I'm trying to remember what I said in the last video that had her. And then there was, she was comparing herself with Harry's thing, and I think her explanation of her comparison between her and Harry, I think, okay, I could be 1,000,000% wrong, and I know the squad will say in the comment section on that particular video if I'm wrong or right, if they agree or disagree. But that particular video, she made a comparison of being isolated. That's what I remember, isolated, just like Harry or something like that. Okay, and then I felt like she wasn't making reference with Harry and Meghan, but she was making comparison with Harry and the royal family. That's what I think. Okay, but I think the squads sort of understood it as her isolation with her failed marriage versus Harry and Meghan marriage. That's how I think some of the squad took it, but that's not the way that I took it. If my memory served me well, I'm not gonna go and play it on this video. Go to the previous video. Okay, let's read this to give you an introduction why I bookmarked this. Okay, Mel B said she was an abusive. I should have read this first instead of going shuffle my brain to find out what I said. Okay, Mel B said she was in an abusive, coercive, controlling marriage Seems Hervey was only too willing to also take advantage of Mel B and her vulnerable state. No wonder she feels Andrew's done nothing wrong. Oh, so did Mel B also feel like Andrew did not do anything wrong? Or which one? Or her? Oh my God. Okay, but I have to blurry one part of it. Is a lady with a see-through dress. You could see her bra, her underwear, or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna blur it because YouTube might give me issues. Okay, there's that. Maybe I'll just show you her head and her feet. Okay, he jumped on top. She kissed me, Lady Victoria Harvey, and a secret red wine-fueled threesome with Mel B and hubby Stephen Belafonte. Oh, when was that? 2017. Socialite revealed she was asked to lie on bed on the racy romp started with stroking and escalating into a wind night. Oh, these people are crazy. What? Well, the dots have been connected. The squad or something. I don't know anything about this. There has never been a person worth a damn that has spoken up for that family. All of them dirty, dirty, dirty. This to me is gross. Yikes, the same feather flags together. British filth. And there to have it. Need we say any more? Okay, I didn't know it was all about that. But okay, since I have it, I'll leave it. But whatever. Next tweet. Okay, this I put Kardashian. Let's see here. Say whatever you want about the Kardashian, but they are very family oriented. The way they have welcomed Dream despite their riff with her mother says it all about their values. Okay, I don't watch the Kardashian quite sometimes. I don't have cable anymore. But let's continue. It takes a lot of maturity to not drag innocent children into adult issues, and not everyone has that. Okay, so what was being said about Kardashian? I think the reason I was reading some of the comments, one of the reason that I bookmarked this, because on my last video, I saw the skip it, and I think I put a note saying I didn't want to do the research because of some of the things that I've said in that particular video. But I fast forwarded and I put a note I didn't want to do research to back up some of the things that I said. Because in my view, I felt like the Kardashian have earned their money honestly. So I think when I was reading some of those tweets and it related to some of the things that I was saying, and this is why I bookmarked this to share with you. Okay, that's their niece. They don't deserve props for that. Okay, I don't know the interaction between families over there, so I don't know. But there were some tweets that I read that says the Kardashian earned their money, whatever. Okay, not everyone does that despite being blood related. So what are they talking about? What's going on with the Kardashian? Okay, exactly. Grandma Chris wants all her grandbabies close. Okay, there's a good one here. Their children are also polite and don't slap their mothers in the face. So are they making reference to some of the royal family here? Okay, I'm just inserting my opinion here because I'm not 100% sure what they're talking about or making the tweet reference to. Okay, Chloe is always with her, and Dream spent a lot of time with her cousins. Rob didn't contribute a lot to the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashian on E, but they didn't cut him off or exclude his daughter. Okay, so the kid is Rob's daughter. So in other words, they're keeping the family together despite some turmoil within. I don't know. Okay, they only care about PR. Let's see here. Doesn't everybody want good PR? All famous people care about PR, not just them. That's what I'm thinking too. Doesn't everybody want good PR? It's when people go out of their way and inflict pain on someone else in order for them to look good. That's when it's bad. But okay, they love their brother, like you said. They all ride and dies when it comes to family. I think that was the one that got me. Okay, the Kardashian work for this one. This is it. The Kardashian work for their wealth. No matter what you think of them, they earned it. Thank you. This is the thing. I cannot understand why some people don't like the Kardashian. They earned their money. They earned it. They don't hurt me to get their money. I don't know. Did they hurt other people? Maybe there's something out there I'm not aware of. But whatever it is, the wealth that they have, I hope they're happy with what they have. But they didn't bother someone else, from my perspective, from the outside, to earn it. They work hard for it. Wasn't what's the Kim the older one, no, she's not the oldest, maybe the second oldest, Kim Kardashian, okay, wasn't she like used to fix celebrities' closet or something like that, and then through that she worked herself way out of that? I mean, if I was into all of this, she was making an honest living, so she may earn her money. So people need to get that straight into their mind, how they earn their money. It's not by, you know, putting somebody else down in order for them to look good. I don't know, maybe there's something out there I'm not aware of, but I do not know. Okay, let's read some more and then move on. Okay, the point is they see the child regardless of the parents they may not like, but they don't sideline or ignore the child. Even court cannot do that properly. Adults see adult stuff and it gets in the way because adults can swallow their pride a bit for children well-being sometimes. Okay, so there must be something going on with, I guess, Rob and the child mother maybe. But what I'm getting from those tweets, okay, without knowing full detail, my humble opinion, what I'm getting from reading some of this tweet, there must be some issues between the parents. Maybe Rob and, is he married? I'm not sure. Wife or girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or current girl, I don't know. Okay, the child mother, that's it. There must be some tension here. So what I'm getting here is that the Kardashian, the sisters, don't really take issues with the brother's personal issues with the mother, with the child's mother, but they take the child in and, you know, like family. Okay, she may have sold the sex tape. Okay, so this, I forgot about this. Is it with Brandy's brother or something like that? But I forgot about this. I forgot about this. I'm telling you, the squad don't forget. Okay, she may have sold the sex tape, but she does everything for her family. Okay, so that's the Kim. So true. So to Chris, she really loves her family. It's a family business. Okay, but Rob has more custody than China. So okay, so there it is. There's that thing here, China. Okay, so I don't know the full story. You know what, let me leave it there. Okay, if you see what's there, that's it. Let me leave it because I don't know the full story, but I was focusing more on how the Kardashian earned their money and all of that. But I forgot the sex tape. I completely forgot about it. I think not too long ago, Brandy's brother was talking about something. I didn't fully watch it, but something came out a couple months ago. Next tweet. Okay, everything was my humble opinion. I forgot about certain things, but the core thing for me here, besides the sex tape, or maybe there's other thing I'm not aware of, but they work hard for their money. Okay, next tweet. Another thing that is made evident is the control that the family has over all of its members. Harry had to ask permission to even the smallest of things, yeah, like shaving his beard. The freedom he felt when he finally broke away must have been amazing. Okay, so there's a article here, but I'm not gonna read it. Okay, let's see here. I like that. I never seen this GIF. At least the owner's trying to be polite, bring the dog but still keep him in cage. That's funny. Okay, I got carried away. Permission also to marry Meghan. So if the queen said no, glad she approved their relationship. I talk about this on PYTE, and I think it's a lack of time, and I'm glad Harry quickly did it, because I think if it was if he asked the father, you know, the father I think the father would have said yes, but the negativity in his head, the side piece.
I mean, all I could say is Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine.
Will probably advise him to say no.
I think without question, I mean, I've been a pessimist many times because of the work that we end up doing. You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
That's what I think. Okay, so let me go into that. It's too common. Okay, William tried everything he could to break them up and fell, waiting to see his karma. Okay, did you hear what the queen's response was? She had no idea what he was talking about, and said if it's what he wanted, then yes, so reach somewhere else. That is true. Harry, I did remember listening to Harry saying that, because the queen didn't know. So what happened is that I think maybe it's a the queen didn't even know the own rules. So the thing is that they probably tell Harry that, and then what happened is that Harry probably got to the Queen first before those people, the naysayers, went to the Queen first.
You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
That's what I think, to advise her to say no. So Harry quickly got to her first, unexpectedly. I think they were doing, was it hunting or something like that? And then Harry waited when everybody else, not leave, but somewhat in a far distance, to get the Queen isolated and to ask her. And then the Queen quickly said, yeah, I remember that. Right, let's see here. It's a cult. And also, from reading this, the other day I was, not the other day, today, I was watching, I think, Tamron Hall. There's one of the Doggers' sister who was talking about how she was raised and the cult aspect mentality that they ingrain into those kids. So the girls, some of the girls have to find their way out, and it's like a process right now to deprogram them the way the father had raised them. And thank God for her. I don't know about all the other girls, but for her, luckily she married a good man who did not want someone, a Stepford wife kind of thing, and then allow her to free herself, and probably helping her to free herself. I'll put the screenshot of it. I don't think I want to do a review and then get flagged for it. Okay, and I thought that was very interesting. When you look at the Doggers family, you could also take away some part of it and put it into the institution. I think it's the same mentality. And the worst thing is, the people that the Doggers parents, you know, Michelle, and I think the father is named Bob, okay, was taking advice from, it's a guy who's not even married and don't have any children. They're ingraining nonsense into their head. And the other thing that I got out of that particular interview is that she said this is why some people are leaving Christianity. You have these people who's trying to make people perfect, okay, and then they themselves are doing unethical thing. And it's a huge process. This is why sometimes you need to talk to these people your best way, but don't go out of your way to impose your will on them. If they come to you, you let them know your view, and little at a time, eventually it will get them thinking, because they were not allowed to think for themselves. They were like in a box. Everything's supposed to be this way, that way. And as I was listening to her, I was thinking of the institution, the royal family. It's almost similar thing. Okay, it's a cult. Even to see his grandmother, the Queen, Prince Harry, has to make an appointment. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Very weird. It sounds like he could even order extra food for Meghan, furniture, grow a beard. There's the thing here, a grown man. This is where he says he was infantilized. Okay, William is especially very jealous of Harry. There's a laugh. Even the woman Harry brought back is as smart as she is beautiful. Kind of little did we know, William and his wife be watching Suits, so they know about Meghan. they were holding in their excitement but pretend that they're better than her. But Meghan was like, nope, I'm not gonna do this or do that. Get your finger out of my face. All right, let's see here. William is especially very jealous of Harry. There's a laugh. Even the woman Harry brought back is as smart as she is beautiful, kind and generous. Kate was very jealous of our Meghan because she is the real princess of modern fairy tale. She really embodied her own role without realize it. All right, let's read this. Okay, do you ever wonder about all his first as an adult escape from his gilded cage? Like, oh, I can just do that and insert any typical daily mundane thing. All right, keep calm, abolish the monarchy. Okay, after this, that's it. Do you even understand the monarchy? It's how it has worked for centuries. It's business, okay? It's a business. Just because you don't get it mean it needs to change for you. They run their biz their way, and if an agent of the company doesn't like it, it quit. But shut up about the inner working. But that's the thing. I don't even think this person even understand that. There's Harry who grew up in the institution where he consistently keep on telling the tabloid there's the private life, and then there's the family life, and then there's the firm. He doesn't mind doing the firm business. The tabloid is there talking about it, whatever. But when it comes to personal aspect between him, his grandmother, his brother, and all of that, stay the F away from that. So Yeah, this is what really drove Harry away, because the tabloid will not give that separation, will not stop intruding into his personal life.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But and to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore.
Just because you don't get it mean it needs to change for you. They run their biz their way, and if an agent of the company doesn't like it, it quit.
And we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well.
Agent of the company doesn't like it, it quit. But shut up about the inner working.
Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes.
I don't even think this person even understands that.
It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is, you know, this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private.
Agent of the company doesn't like it, it quit. But shut up about the inner working. I don't even think this person even understands that.
And I hope people respect that.
So I think majority of people understand. If they didn't go into Harry's personal life, I think Harry will still be over there. But they keep on crossing the line. Okay, who cares how the tabloid, not the tabloid, how the firm run its business? The Brits are more than happy to give them money for them to stay in the position that they are in. But this got out of hand when they start going into personal aspect of Meghan. This is the part here. If they had left Meghan alone, none of this will be here. We will be talking about it. My channel will never be in existence talking about what's going on between Harry, the Sussexes, and what the tabloids talking about and all of that. My channel will not be in existence. But they insert themselves into Meghan's personal life. Okay, pay people to lie about her.
No, we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
Would you like that? Nobody likes that. Okay? And then they expect her to shut her mouth. Is this the way the firm's supposed to work? And everybody's supposed to take it? Won't you just supposed to go and cut ribbons and pretend you're working for charities?
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time, and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes that's more than financial.
Yeah. Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Is this the way the firm's supposed to work? And everybody's supposed to take it? Won't you just supposed to go and cut ribbons and pretend you're working for charities?
I think so. We have great they're very generous.
Mine's learning.
Good luck with that.
Is this the way the firm's supposed to work? And everybody's supposed to take it? Won't you just supposed to go and cut ribbons and pretend you're working for charities?
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing.
Mine's learning.
Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything.
Good luck with that.
Doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Why don't you just do that and stay away from Harry and Meghan's personal business, especially Meghan? Okay? So that business is completely false because they insert themselves into Meghan's personal lives. Okay? Try to pay people to write negative things about her.
About how the media inflames this. I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need to know.
And they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know, the flames are being fanned by the media.
Try to pay people to talk negative about her. Nobody wants that. Is that the way the firm's supposed to work? Okay, let's leave that and move on to the next one.
Is that the case?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, you know, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint. The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was.
Their way, and if an agent of the company doesn't like it, it quit.
Yep.
To boost William and Kate, and the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well,
drip.
There's Harry, who grew up in the institution where he consistently keep on telling the tabloid there's the private life, and then there's the family life, and then there's the firm. He doesn't mind doing the firm business, the tabloid is there talking about it, whatever. But when it comes to personal aspect between him, his grandmother, his brother, and all of that, stay the F away from that.
I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far.
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household.
Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated.
According to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
But it's all history now, isn't it?
No, it's not history, because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you
never win.
If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course. I mean, that Oprah Winfrey.
If you were in that position, you would fight back too. You would absolutely fight back too. I wouldn't.
Nobody can tell how a company should work. No, but the minute they get out of hand, go into somebody else's personal business, and then to lie about it, that's when it become a problem. Okay, so next to it, and people needs to understand that differentiation. Nobody, I don't care if the institution stays or fail, but the minute they are inserting themselves into Meghan's personal life, then we got a problem, because what we saw Princess Diana went through. Okay, we don't want that. That's one thing. Next week, okay, just reached the inaugural Invictus game in despair. This is how and why I know Harry. My father had been paralytic for several years by now, and I was increasingly aware of any event that promoted paraplegic amputee awareness, and I cried because Harry gave a shit. Okay, and she continued, I saw Harry in person when I covered Invictus as a SBN Nation reporter. When the game came to Orlando, I loved the whole event and met so many excellent athletes. Yeah, this came under my timeline. I never followed her until I started reading this, and now I'm following her. Yeah. Okay, and then Monday I'm probably gonna be out of the Twitter, or the 9th, February 9th. Okay, and still does. He cares deeply. Every single participant at the Invictus game, he makes it a point to speak to individually. In Dusseldorf, there were 500 participants. He talked to each one. Prince Harry is a gem of a being. Yeah, I covered this in a good, unlike previous other Invictus, and we have a lot of Brits, Sussex squad, who went to Netherlands and shared their experience. Go back, it's on my PYT channel. Okay, I cover it. Whatever the squad we're talking about, I let many of you in. If you want to check it out, wait until next month. Wait until next month, until I put my, I'm gonna file to be monetized. Wait until next month to go over those videos. Right now the channel is not monetized. Okay, but do whatever, who cares? Okay, next. Oh, let's continue reading this. Okay, he must be protected. Many in the military community nerd him. This is who he is, his mother's son. Nice to read about your dad. Okay, did she write? Oh no, she didn't write anything. This is a advertisement. Okay, there's this. He has his mother's heart. Thank you for your father. We honor his service. There's the bowling eye and the heart. Okay, not bowling, like a crying kind of thing. Said. Next week.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
Go,